How you doing, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Take That Bet. Today I'm going to go through some of the games for Sunday, actually all the games for Sunday and the one for Monday. And I'm going to just give you my opinion if you're about to bet this weekend and maybe you want someone else's perspective. Here you go. First off, we got Tennessee against Kansas City. And they have Kansas City as the 3 to 6 point underdog, depending on where you're looking. Honestly, I'm going to take that bet. I'm going to roll Kansas City. I don't really trust Tannehill all that much. Kansas City's defense has been really playing better the past couple weeks. They beat Minnesota. Even if Patrick Mahomes don't play, Matt Moore is not a bad quarterback. They still have Tyreek Hill. They still have Travis Kelce. They still have Sammy Watkins. Derrick Henry is real iffy. I'm not quite sure if I trust them. I'm not quite sure if I trust, honestly, anybody on the Tennessee offensive side. I mean, their receivers, they're all average. They have no standout star. So if I had to bet, I would say Kansas City's going to cover that spread. They might even win. Next, we got Buffalo against Cleveland. And they're saying that Buffalo is the 3-point favorite. So I'm definitely taking Cleveland. In Cleveland. I don't really trust Kitchens. I think McDermott's a better coach, but Mayfield has got to have a breakout day. I mean, Chubb has been playing like a beast. You might even have Hunt back. You got Beckham. You got Landry. You got Myles Garrett. I don't trust Jared Allen. He can run, but he also can fumble. I like John Brown. He's not a superstar. I just got to go with Cleveland, especially in Cleveland. Especially by 3. I mean, yeah, I would bet on Cleveland. Next, we got Tampa Bay against Arizona, and it's probably going to be a very high-scoring affair. I mean, there's going to be touchdowns everywhere. If you're playing fantasy football and you got someone for either one of these teams, chances are he's going to go off. But they have Tampa Bay as the underdog by 5. And I'm going to have to roll with Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay should have beat Seattle last week. Tampa Bay scores almost every time they have the ball, unless Jameis Winston turns it over. They have Mike Evans. They have Godwin. Now that they actually named a starter, Ronald Jones is going to get on a streak, and honestly, he might run the ball down their throat. I like Arizona. Last week, they played well against San Francisco. I mean, they should have won. They very well could have won. I think Kyler Murray is getting there, but he's not all the way there yet. I like the way Drake looked. Johnson's coming back. And I'm not sure how they're going to play those two together, but it's probably going to be something pretty brutal. But still, Tampa Bay is a good team. They've been on a losing streak. I just can't see Tampa Bay losing by more than 5 when they lost to Seattle in overtime last week. I mean, they put up points. I got to say Tampa Bay. Next, we got the Giants against the Jets in what's sure to be a barn burner. Yeah. I got to say that the Giants are favored by 3, and that's pretty fair. This one's kind of hard to call because both teams are so wishy-washy. I mean, the Jets beat the Cowboys and literally kicked their ass, and then they lose to the Dolphins. I mean, the Giants lost to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys lost to the Jets. So it's hard to say. It really just depends on which Sam Darnold and which Danny Dimes shows up. If he is Danny Dimes, or if he's going to be just regular old Danny. I mean, you got Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is going to get you at least 14 points probably. I mean, he can go out there by himself and score at least a touchdown. Dude is an animal. Giants defense hasn't been there. No pass rush. They're getting the best pass rush from a guy that they just got from the Jets this week, last week, whatever. I mean, this game is going to be close, but I got to say that the Giants cover the spread at 3. I mean, like I said, they got Saquon Barkley. What else do I need to say? I mean, the Jets got Le'Veon Bell, but I mean, like, he hasn't really impressed me. I mean, Sam Darnold hasn't impressed me more than Danny Dimes has. I know a lot of people are high on Sam Darnold, but like, I ain't quite seen it yet. All I really see is like Eddie Munster. No offense. Next we got Atlanta against New Orleans. And Atlanta is the 13-point underdog. This is where it gets a little bit muddy because honestly, I think that Atlanta, even though they're 1-7, 1-8, whatever the fuck they are, that they can cover a 13-point spread against a Saints team that's in their division. They play them twice a year. No matter what their record is or what the Saints' record is, they see them enough to where they know them. If Matty Ice plays, they cover the spread. If Matt Schaub plays, they might lose by 40. I mean, no offense to Matt Schaub. I don't know. Kamara is questionable, and that's always big. But I mean, when Kamara is out, Murray still goes out there and kills it. I mean, in fantasy, a couple of weeks he got 30 points in a row, 2 games in a row. I mean, but like I said, if Matty Ice plays, he's got respect. He's a great quarterback. They got Julio Jones. I mean, I can't see Atlanta losing by 14 points or more if Matt Ryan's out there. Next, we got Cincinnati against Baltimore. And Baltimore is a 10-point favorite. Once again, they're in the same division. They see each other twice a year. Baltimore, though, has a better coach, better quarterback, better running back, better receivers, better defense, better kicker, better everything. The Bengals haven't won a game all season. The Ravens control the clock. They beat the Patriots by more than 10. I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to handle Cincinnati. Cincinnati's about to explode. I would be surprised if they didn't fire the coach after this year. He is not very good. Just from watching the couple of games that I've watched of him, not very good, indecisive, don't like him. Cincinnati's about to get blew up completely. I doubt if Dalton will be there next year. I doubt if almost anybody will be there. AJ Green ain't coming back. He definitely ain't coming back this season. Yeah, I got Baltimore by over 10. Next, we got Detroit against Chicago. This game I had to think about hard because it's tough. Chicago last year, just their defense looked unstoppable. They looked great. Mack and Hicks and Jackson and God, may I say it, even Prince Amukamara was out there doing stuff. But since Hicks has went down, they've been able to double, triple team Mack. There's been nobody stopping the run. That being said, Detroit don't have no running backs. They got J.D. McKissick, who was okay. I mean, he's like a 3rd or 4th string running back last year in Seattle. They got Paul Perkins, who was, let's just say it, not very good for the Giants. Their number 1 guy, Ty Johnson, he's average at best. Wouldn't even probably start him in my fantasy league. Not that good. But Matt Stafford is a beast. He is an experienced quarterback. I don't care who you got out there on defense. You ain't going to give Matt Stafford a 0. He's going to score at least 1 touchdown. I mean, maybe even 4. He's got Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones. But in Chicago, Detroit's been, kind of skidding a little bit, but they're still a top team. They play all the teams well. They haven't gotten blown out once. Chicago's lost a couple games in a row, and they're really skidding hard, and no one trusts Trubisky, but Trubisky's still an NFL quarterback. He can scramble. He can throw the ball a mile. He really ain't got no one to throw it to. I mean, everyone's giving Trubisky a lot of shit, but I mean, like, are any of his receivers over 6 foot? I mean, he's got Allen Robinson. He's decent. He was the 2nd, 3rd receiver in Jacksonville. Like, yeah, real decent. Gabriel, not very tall. His tight end, horrible. Would never have him on my fantasy team or any team. No. But they're still division rivals. It's going to be a close game, but honestly, I got to say Detroit wins and probably like more than 3. I don't think Trubisky puts up that many points, and Stafford's going to put up points. Galladay's going to put up points. Jones is going to put up points. Next, we have Carolina against Green Bay. And they have Carolina as the 6-point favorite. I'll take that bet. If I had to pick a lock for this week, it would be that Green Bay is not going to lose by 6 points or more. I know they just lost to Green Bay. I'm sorry. I know they just lost to San Diego. And they didn't look very good. But Aaron Rodgers never really looks good when he plays California teams. He just doesn't. Carolina ain't a California team. I don't trust Kyle Allen. I know they got Christian McCaffrey. He's a beast. He's going to get you at least 20 points in fantasy every single week unless he's got a broken leg. He's going to go off. But is he going to beat the Packers by more than 6? I don't know. I don't see the Packers losing 2 games in a row, especially to teams that probably aren't as good as them. Rodgers is going to pick the defense apart. He's going to go off. I know that he's only got Adams, but someone for Green Bay is going to step up, whether it's Geronimo Allison, Allen Lazard, got Valdez-Scantling, who, if you've had him in fantasy, know that he hasn't gone off. He should. He's a number 2 guy. Graham ain't really doing much. But they have Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones, who can start on almost any team in the league besides the Packers. Jamal Williams is a pretty good running back. Jones is a great running back. I mean, if you think Green Bay is going to lose by more than 6, you're crazy. I just don't see it. I'm taking that bet every single day. I would take Green Bay against almost anybody as a 6-point underdog. Like, anyone in the league. Especially Carolina. With Kyle Allen. Against Aaron Rodgers. Just think about that. Let it sink in. Especially if you're from the Green Bay area and you want to make a bet. I would make a bet that the Packers are going to lose or win by less than 6. Yeah. Next we have the Rams against the Steelers. And the Steelers are 3.5-point favorites. Okay. Let me just start off by saying that I don't think Rudolph is as good as Rodgers. Everyone knows that. I don't think Rudolph is as good as Duck Hodges. I don't. I don't think Juju Smith-Schuster is as good as Antonio Brown. I don't think Juju Smith-Schuster is as good as Emmanuel Sanders. I don't think Juju Smith-Schuster is as good as Mike Wallace. All the former Steelers receivers, I would probably take them over Smith-Schuster. He's good. I like him, but he can't do it by himself. He's got Deontay Johnson and Washington out there. I mean, haven't really shown me much. Vance McDonald, been hot and cold. Hasn't really showed me much. Pittsburgh's defense hasn't really shown me that much. Ain't been that good. I mean, if you watch that first game against New England, they absolutely got murdered. It was not a good game. If you've watched any of the Rams games, you know that they have a fellow named Cooper Kupp and Jared Goff and Robert Woods and Todd Gurley. And they kick ass. They score points. There's no way they lose to the Steelers by more than 3 points. I just don't see that happening. That's got to be another lock. I take that bet every single day. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, even like Sean McVay is just as good a coach as Mike Tomlin. I don't see a big differential there when it comes to coaching. I mean, even on the defensive side, I mean, like, do you know who's on the Rams' defensive line? Do you know that they just got Jalen Ramsey? Ramsey's going to guard Smith-Schuster, lock him up, and then you're going to have to rely on Washington and Johnson? And then, yeah, you got Connor, but Connor's banged up. He's got a lot of heart, and we know that he's probably going to play, even if he's not 100%, which he isn't probably 100%. Jalen Samuel is good. Almost anybody that they give the ball to in Pittsburgh is going to get points. He's going to get yards. But still, I would take Todd Gurley, even though Todd Gurley's banged up. I mean, everyone talks about Todd Gurley, but they're giving him the ball 13, 14 times a game. Let him get the ball 25 times a game and see what he does. Yeah, like I said, take that bet. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm saying about 90% sure. All right. Next, we got Minnesota Vikings against the Dallas Cowboys, and they're favoring Minnesota by 3. I will take that bet if Adam Thielen plays. They're playing in Dallas, in a dome. Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. All those guys thrive in a dome. They love that shit. They are going to score points. I'm pretty sure Van Der Esch is out with a neck, and even if he is in, I don't think he'll be 100%. Minnesota by 3. I got to take Minnesota. Minnesota just came off pretty hard loss to KC, and Minnesota and Mike Zimmer, they don't tend to lose many back-to-back games. I'm pretty sure they're going to come out swinging. I know Zeke is really good, but so is Minnesota's defense. I mean, all 3 levels of their defense. I mean, Cooper's a beast, but I mean, so is Harrison Smith. I haven't seen enough from Gallup or Cobb. Witten is going to be there, but I mean, so is Kyle Rudolph. That's kind of a wash. This game is going to be close. Probably really close, but I still say Minnesota probably wins by 4. And that's Sunday Night Football. And then we have Monday Night Football, which is going to be very, very interesting. Seattle Seahawks are the 6-point favorite over the San Francisco 49ers. And Robbie Gould is knocked up. Don't think Gould's going to play. So San Fran's getting a different kicker. Not sure who it is, but hopefully somebody reliable. I don't see San Fran losing by 6 or more points. I don't see it. If they lose, it's not going to be by that much. We all know that good defense probably most of the time beats a good offense. And San Fran's defense, though they were exposed a little bit last week against Kyler Murray when he gets outside the pocket, they're still a good defense. They still have Bosa. And honestly, if anything, Kyler Murray plays a little bit like Russell Wilson. Gave him a little bit of a taste of what to expect. And I'm sure they've been practicing it all week. If Wilson gets out of the pocket, obviously he has the ability to kill him. Last week, Lockett and Metcalf and even Hollister, the tight end for the Seahawks, they all went off. Wilson's having a career year. Chris Carson is a beast. But it is in San Francisco. It is on prime time. It is in their own division. San Fran's undefeated. Seattle's defense, not that good. Did you watch them play against Tampa Bay last week? Not that good. Tampa Bay scored almost every time they had the ball. And San Fran's got George Kittle. They have Emmanuel Sanders. They have Coleman and Breida. They have a pretty damn good coach. And they have Jimmy Garoppolo out there. So I don't think that San Fran, the undefeated San Fran, is going to lose by more than 6 in their own place to a division rival. I'll take that bet. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Philip Jones, and I hope you win some of your bets. Just, don't come at me if you lose. These are just predictions. I'm human. Peace.